I've been working really hard to get my spark back, so here's a day in my life trying to do so. I know you've probably heard it a million times, but you need a morning routine. Well, maybe you don't, but I definitely do. But not the kind of morning routine that's 18 trillion steps. There's only one step in my skincare routine, and most of the time I don't wash my face. But I do make my beds, except on the weekends, which is something I do by choice. You'll notice I skipped putting the clothes away and rather did something a little bit easier for my brain at 8 a.m. I just picked up the couch. I made my coffee. I like to do a skim pickup in the morning. Oh, and rule number 1 of your morning routine is don't go on your phone. At least while you're in bed. No need for that nonsense. Make a day in the life instead. This morning, I made a maple salted vanilla latte. That was a mouthful. Then I locked myself in my favorite position of the whole entire day. This is where I fill out my daily planner. I read my Bible. Sometimes I even journal. I usually spend at least an hour right here in this position. And I work from home and I'm self-employed and my job is a little bit unique. So every day looks different, but my main priority right now is planning my nonprofit event. So for about 3 hours in the morning, I sent brand emails. I found myself in my old Google Drive. I organized things. I answered emails. I literally sat locked in at my screen until 1 p.m. But I have to say it was extremely productive. And honestly, this is something that I've been needing badly. I think one of the biggest things I've been missing and the biggest spark that I guess hasn't been lit inside is my desire and my passion to just work on something. I often found myself in autopilot this last year, and this year I'm changing that. So staring at a screen for 4 hours was actually good for me. I felt organized, I felt productive, but I started to crash, so we did a little reset. I took Leia for a nice long walk, I got ready for the day, had some electrolytes, had some chips, had a cheese stick, made a sandwich, and mysteriously found frozen egg white bites in my fridge, so I had those too. This is one of those breakfast lunches where you just combine the two. And then, since I said I've been working on planning Paws, I had to go pick up our sample bracelets. And just a little disclaimer, if you don't know what Paws for a Moment is, it's a nonprofit event that we host free to the community every single year, and even if you don't live here, you can raise money with us by buying one of these bracelets that will be available soon. Wow, that felt like recording a radio ad. But I brought my butt back home and I sat back down on my couch and I opened my computer back up and we got right back to messaging We're in the phase of planning where we literally just DM every single brand you could possibly imagine and just hope and pray for any kind of response. We also worked on our logos, worked on planning our t-shirts, and just did all things behind the scenes. Chugged ourselves a cotton candy Alani. This is my favorite flavor, by the way. Hung out with Leia, hung out with Nada. We're both on our grind. And then I had a call that lasted 2 hours. I can't tell you the last time I've had a call last that long. It was so thrilling. It was so fun. I'm just feeling really excited for the future, which is a feeling I've been missing for a while. So I'm extremely grateful. Just one day of trying to get my spark back and we're already doing it. I took my gummies and decided I needed to get out of my house. I had a chomp and I went to the gym and I didn't do much at the gym. I walked on the treadmill for 15 minutes, took my butt to the sauna and read my book, and it was everything and to top it off, if things could not get better, I got to have breakfast for dinner. If you guys know one thing about me, it's that I love breakfast for dinner. Took me a shower, got in my bed, read my book. It was a perfect day and I'm so grateful